Hey, new mic, new mic. Oh man, I'm not sure how this is gonna sound. I hear like a little echo, but test one, two. Welcome to the campaign trail. Was good. Was good. Let's go. Let's talk about the elephants in the room, or the donkeys, or the weirdos, highly weirdos. Check one, two, and seeing if I'm coming in clear. It's a new little setup. I don't know if it sounds hollow, if it sounds cool or not, but we here tapping in. Alien Age, salute. Alien Age, let's get to it. First in the chat, 420, Alien Age, salute. Got my new little microphone and soundboard, mixing board, so hopefully y'all can hear me clear. Let me know if it's too loud, if it's too weird sounding, and I'll adjust it. That's why I got these headphones on, because I ain't gonna be using headphones. I'm just doing this little episode, testing it out. But yeah, man. Yeah. What y'all thoughts on my latest little videos, latest posts about the Ice Cube situation? Are y'all offended? Y'all offended by that? Or, do I got the right to say that? Or I got the right to critique that? Do we have the right to call anything whack if we think it's whack? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing, though. I'm loving the comments, whether you agree or disagree. I'm loving the interaction, loving the vibes. As you can probably tell, you can tell I've been on the chain for decades, wishing that I can get off the chain, and I can get off now. So I super want it. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Kim. I heard that Deep Brothers, it bracks. Man, salute, salute. Alien Age say that was whack AF. Whack as F. Let me test out my new little sounds. Let me say something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that was no bueno. You know what I'm saying? I'm just practicing my sound effects so you can imagine all the little hits and all the little punchlines and lyrics that I got. I'll be adding them to these soundboards. We're gonna really turn this into something special and hilarious and funny and entertaining and educational. And like I said, rap dissing, rap beef, or whatever is supposed to be funny. It's just like roasting. It's not funny to the recipient if they're a real clown and they're getting exposed or whatever, but it's funny for, it's like boxing. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is fun, even if you lose, it could be fun, but it's even funner when you win it. So if somebody want to step out there and claim that they the champ and they got the ring or whatever, and they stepping back into the ring, then it ain't just anybody off the street that you're gonna allow to come contest you, but it's people that already got belts. So I already got a belt, clearly. I already, have knocked dude out on the rap beef side of the game, where he never responded to whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? And even the disses, that it was some disses back and forth that even led up to whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? And of course, that kind of was going. It was going into some other territory that Minister Farrakhan and Supreme Captain Mustafa Farrakhan had to call us in. You know what I'm saying, and make sure it stopped, because it would have been going. It would have been getting mixed up in some COINTELPRO, Biggie, Tupac type of stuff, and then they would have been able to blame that on the nation or blame that on Cube's people or whatever. So we understood that, but now in hindsight, and looking back on that, we don't have to go that route. We can just keep it on the mic. You know what I'm saying? This is an excellent time in history. Excellent time for Kendrick and Drake example, especially if you want to keep having Kendrick in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So since everybody be saying I got cube in my mouth, but I be living a life. I be doing my whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Making records, making family, you know what I'm saying? Growing my nation, you know what I'm saying? Building my army with my soldiers. So whenever this comes up, okay, I'll speak on it. But I'm directly qualified to speak on it. So when it's time to speak, I can speak. When it's time to walk, I can walk. When it's time to dance, I can dance. They don't want to dance with me. They don't want to walk with me. They don't want to speak on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bum off the street. You know what I'm saying? I got a belt. I'm the only one knocked out your hero. I mean, rap with a diss record. So, but yeah, with some diss records going back and forth, it's even a reason in the record "Whoop Whoop" where I said, "Oh, you killing." I mean, that's what his because I'm talking about a diss record that I heard him do that I was responding to because first I did pull your whole card, you know what I'm saying, and I did something else I'm not sure because I was just teasing, just jabbing, feeling, seeing if you're gonna fade or not. And he would never fade publicly. He tried to do something on some underground tapes, like "Nigga, do it like you did N.W.A." You know what I'm saying? So since he wouldn't do it, then I just did the whoop whoop. And DJ Pooh, him and DJ Pooh was going through whatever they was going through at the time, and Pooh was like, "Man, let me use that, can?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So, but he put his name on it, like DJ Pooh produced it, featuring Cam. That's just the whole politic industry, politic business. But I did that record. I produced the record. I'm the one came up with the sample. Actually, Tony G, Mix Master OG, Tony G, and Julio G, they the ones that recorded it and tracked it up for me. So the record was already finished, and I sold it to DJ Pooh, and he put it on his Bad News Travels Fast album as DJ Pooh featuring Cam. But no, that was all a Cam record. But yeah, that was the result. That was the final. that ended his rap dissing career. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was calling out uh, all the West Side Connection. You know what I'm saying? Was you the only one dissing, or they were too? Because we can all go head up on pay-per-view. I was on some physical, like let me show you something. Let me show you what these little paws do. You know what I'm saying? Because FOI train. Like we do that. We don't brag about it. It don't mean that I can't get faded. But I surely wasn't gonna get faded by none of them. So that was absolute, not saying there's no such thing, but it's just sometimes you can say it's like I say about rap. I can say nobody was gonna fade me on the rap. Back then, nobody's gonna fade me on that. So, but that's the kind of rough talk that you talk. But then, like I said, Minister Farrakhan and Mustafa had the wisdom to see that where that's going because when you started getting into diss records, you talk about what you would do to somebody and this and that, like physically, and that's opening the door for COINTELPRO to do something and then blame it on the other side. So we squashed that. You know what I'm saying? I never said nothing else. I kept my word. Dude didn't keep his word on what was agreed on. You know what I'm saying? At Minister Farrakhan's house, I just left it on. I'm not doing this for you. I keep my word to my Lord, to my leader. I don't know who your Lord and your leader is, so that's how that went. But we just kept quiet. All right. But then if you keep on using your influence and using my influences that you got from me, you know what I'm saying, to claim that you this top mega whatever, and what I'm saying, you started this and you started that, and you steady influencing our people negatively for whatever reason, what I'm saying, you're scared to talk tough against the real enemy anymore directly, whatever. So that's when people like me and Candace Owens, Candace X, Candace X, and she took your place. You know what I'm saying? She got more FOI rider type testicles than these characters do. So those of us that been standing on it, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny. It's just comedy. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take it personal. They'll never want to do a record with me. They never want to make up with me. They never want to do what Common and Cypress Hill and even Mac 10 and different people like what's so boogeymanish about Cam that people are scared? Like Candyman slash Beetlejuice slash Bloody Mary. Like, why nobody want to say my name like Destiny Child? You can't act like I ain't the one had the greatest influence on me. Why ain't saying in my name? It's this old history, but we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out who I seen. And I be, referencing this sometimes. Reggie Wright, Reggie Wright that got his podcast. He was there. He was there at running Death Row. So if people are still talking about Death Row and still talking about Tupac, especially with this Diddy stuff, then it's relevant. I guess people want to hear about it. If his numbers is up as a podcaster, you know what I'm saying? He was there. He was there. He's qualified to speak, whether you agree with what he got to say or whatever. He was there. And look what his numbers are doing on YouTube. If this is a business now, you know what I'm saying? If this is actually how people earn a living and feed feed their families. I'm not lying. I don't know if nobody else is lying, but I know people like Reggie Wright. Salute Reggie Wright and Bomb First podcast. I know they had a history with Digital Soapbox, and he might not want to whatever. But I'm just I'm not a hater, and I'm just saying if a person is there and they was qualified and they a witness and they was a participant or something like that, then they 1000% more qualified to speak on it than anybody else. So that's Brother Cam when it comes to Ice Cube and this whole situation or anything on the West Coast, anything regarding that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is better qualified. Salute KD. Um, I seen him on Boss Talk podcast, and that hurt my heart. It reminded me of why I smashed on dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to think about, Brother Jerome, Muhammad, rest in my lobby, please, peace be upon him. Shorty, from the lynch mob and just everybody, whether it's a short chop or Don Jaguar or Yo Yo or, Mac 10, anybody that was with him, you know what I'm saying? Don't really got nothing good to say. Are we all bitter? Are we all, haters? Are we all lying? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he ain't talented. I can't speak for what Q created. If he created those groups and wrote for them and all that, I don't. Maybe he has a right to think that he started y'all, he created y'all or something like that. But me witnessing how the God complex that dude had, what I'm saying, that's what led me to smash on him. He didn't do nothing to me. He didn't do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I had movie deals. I was writing Pat Charbonnet. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really do nothing to me. It was what I saw them doing to others in the camp that I stood up. You know what I'm saying? And did some Moses. You know what I'm saying? I smashed on such and such. Maybe I should have just minded my business, but I'm not built like that. I had no problem with them. They was trying to, because I was too valuable. I was too valuable in all kind of ways. So, but my thing was a moral stance. My thing was justice and treat people the way you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And if they feel like, well, he wrote my stuff or he created my image, I can't really check him because he kind of acting like a tyrant or a dictator or, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk. So he didn't create me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I created more of him than he created of me. So and we'll have conversations or whatever, and he'd be like, I ain't, these niggas is ungrateful. They ungrateful. That was his whole thing. They ungrateful. These niggas is ungrateful. So I couldn't really speak on that, but I'm like, you not God, you not their God. They ungrateful. What kind of grateful they supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? So, it didn't make no sense to me, especially if them was your day ones. I'm new. I'm just coming around 90, 92 or something like that, right? And you got day ones that was with you, that was fighting with you and getting into it with a Bud of Law. Shouts out Hutch from Bud of Law. Shouts out, rest in peace to homies from the Bud. But people was there. JD was there. Show was there. You know what I'm saying? Taking phase. It was a lot of people. KD and man, the whole people that was in the lynch mob. You know what I'm saying? Before I got there, and they all complaining to me, venting to me. You know what I'm saying about dude. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to just bring the brotherhood aspect into it. Okay, well, let's not do no big eyes and little U's. Let's find somewhere we can all be kind of like equal in, instead of you having to look up to dude like this, or he feel like he looking down on y'all like that. Let's put this brotherhood, you know, law of conduct and treatment, towards each other on this. And that's why you see the Death Certificate album. The front cover is, that whole American thing, toe tag, and that whole image, and he don't got no Jerry curl. And if you see on the back of the Death Certificate album, you know what I'm saying, who cut his Jerry curl, even though he did. I cut it, but we was just trying to spread credit around and give everybody a little look and a little shine. So it said Captain Shaheed Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with bro. Said he was the barber or not, but I'm the one cut it. We was just we was doing like the Jewish community. We was just trying to find and create roles and jobs and things that we can give each other credit for, send work to each other for. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's security contract, whether it's barber, whether it's counseling, whether it's, what I'm saying? And it was all working. It was all working. But that's my ego, right? It's my ego. When it comes to it's my ego, then that's gonna keep that's Satan studies the ego. He studies our psychological profiles. He know what our weaknesses is and what our strengths are, what our desires are. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that it wasn't no COINTELPRO agents planted in the FOI at that time, because I can say a couple of them that were suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't an agent of the FBI or CIA, it was agent of their own weakness and their own selfishness. There's some people that I put with Q, because I was a lieutenant at that time. This is military talking. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but it's brothers that I put on Q. And next thing you know, they became Stanley on Friday, or they became, this or that. Like, and now we cousins all of a sudden. Like, oh, we got cousins all of a sudden. Okay. If that's what you choose, if you choose, Hollywood cousin all of a sudden over the FOI, over the brotherhood, then all right, do you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And none of y'all put me on, I put y'all on. You know what I'm saying? By a lot of permission. None of y'all put me on. Cube didn't even put me on. You know what I'm saying? By Allah's permission. If y'all know the real, you know what I'm saying? So who helped put me on was Solo. You know what I'm saying? My bro Solo and Little D from Solo's Hood. You know what I'm saying? And that helped me get, in front of dude or whatever. But yeah, he didn't create nothing this way. Shouts out my cousin Randy, Layback. Yeah. Jess, Big Jess, Mo Light from Watts Up Productions. Like, it. So anyway, they knew that I was always pushing brotherhood. I was always pushing FOI. I was never pushing Crips. I was never pushing gang banging. I was never pushing nothing but FOI, right? I was never trying to portray that image. You never heard me say nothing about my neighborhood that I was ever from. You never heard none of that, because my hood was brotherhood. My hood is Godhood. My hood is nationhood. Never heard me say nothing else. But people know where I'm from, or those that know, if he was closest away around me. But my enemies was who I'm calling out, who everybody else was scattering when they pull up. My enemy was the real former slave masters' descendants, and the people that carry them, that do the violations against us with a badge on. So nobody wanted to do that type of riding or retaliating and nothing like that. That was, what they called, self deletion. That was too reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like Pop, may Allah be pleased. I'm suicidal, so don't stand near me. They thought we was suicidal. You know what I'm saying? Because we was on that time. Who Riding? If y'all know about that song, Who Riding, my second album that EA Ski produced. Shouts out EA Ski, because he the one produced this Q trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's trash. He's one of the hardest producers out, especially on the West Coast. But he produced the record "Who Riding" on I think my second album. If you know about what that subject matter is about, yeah, that's who, if you're gonna talk gangster talk or revolutionary gangster talk, like don't talk it against another ninja. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking against a black female. So your biggest enemy is your own people, somebody that look like you. That's who you talk the toughest and the most violent against. That's who you disrespect the most. Yeah. What about F the Police? You know what I'm saying? That was your greatest record. You know what I'm saying? Before a death certificate. That's the most important record that got you, on the FBI list. Yeah, that should let you know that's the kind of record, that's the kind of testicles you're supposed to stand on your whole career. If you claiming this soldier type talk, but then you run into real soldiers that don't claim that tough guy talk. They really do it. We look like nice, and any real dude, any real stepper or whatever is not is not going. You won't survive this long. What you call it, telegraphing your moves like, nah, man, I don't-" But when it comes to rap, I'm just giving you the backdrop of what qualifies me to speak on what I speak on, and and rap the way I rap. All of us, even Shorty, what I'm saying, peace be upon bro Shorty. Anybody that's not no he that's here. We had a manhood code. There's certain things we would never air out on dude. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want nobody air me out. I'm not guilty of that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you don't air out. You know what I'm saying? You keep it, you know, rules of engagement. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to get physical or something, certain things you just take to the grave. But now, since everybody says snitching is cool or it ain't no codes to the streets and all that, well, we didn't go by them codes anyway. We didn't go by them codes anyway. You know what I'm saying? We had to go by the Christ type codes where, if you did whatever crime that you did, we still had to not throw you away and have mercy on you and allow you, to redeem yourself. But all this ninja codes, snitch code, like a person can't never redeem themselves. Like, all right, man, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm not getting into that. It depends on, like, if it costs somebody else their life, it costs somebody else their freedom, then yeah, you can retaliate. You know what I'm saying? You can handle your business, whatever you think that business is supposed to be, but the FOI don't carry that. That's not gospel to us. The nation that's not gospel to us. Everybody can be redeemed. They got to do something. They have to atone and do something and make restitution and do something to prove they're willing to. I mean, they worthy to be redeemed for something like that. It don't mean we can trust you with nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you got a history of being a rat in this area or a so-called snitch or whatever, then you know you can't be, can't put you in no sensitive, important positions or nothing like that. But you can study. You know what I'm saying? You can study and try to prove and prove yourself or redeem yourself or whatever. But that's the elephant in the room. These the taboo type subject that we got to really be able to talk about. If a dude was on the rainbow, what I'm saying, side of the game, if he used to engage in rainbow activity, can he ever be uh regular? Can he ever be natural? Will we ever accept him as being natural when he used to do that? He used to take it into such and such, or used to, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times that happened to them when they was little. They didn't have no choice. So they had to try to embrace that instead of feeling like they want to delete themselves because they were so violated and shamed. They had to find a community of people that also that happened to, and somebody that understands their condition or their trauma, and they that becomes a whole community. But us that never happened to, what I'm saying, we think they just doing this because they choosing to rebel against nature and all that. Like it's all kind of stuff behind that you can't just condemn them for. You know what I'm saying? So that's what these campaign trail podcasts is about. It's certain things that I can't rap about. You know what I'm saying? it's not enough words and it's not enough time. It's too, for me to set up and talk about an understanding of snitching, understanding of dudes being rainbow. Like I can't, I don't know how to make a rap about that. I'm saying I have to talk about it. I have to allow y'all to talk about it. It's an ongoing thing. So even if I did, a lot of us be doing F that and F that. Like, all right, you're going to say F that until you get knocked out, you know what I'm saying? Or your son or your daughter is on the rainbow train, you know what I'm saying? Or you find out that they own the rainbow train because your brother or your sister, one of your friends violated them when they was little and you didn't know nothing about it. Now what you still want to, bash them, you still want to, bash they orientation style choices because it's trauma involved, or do you want to have some understanding now? You want to try to understand why they're that way. I'm not saying accept it and promote it and say it's okay. I'm not saying that. But do you want to have some understanding so you can try to bring them back from that, bring them back to their natural function? So that's what I'm about. Yeah, right. Finally heard an officer snitch. That's the only kind of snitching I'm interested in. I want to hear these officers snitch. You know what I'm saying? They call whistleblowers, or they call, Julian Assange, or these people in the government, people in the so-called law enforcement. That's what I want. I'm not interested in hearing black people so-called snitch. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. I want to hear, and I want to see what's happening. What do we do when we see what they've been doing to us, and that's what they've been doing to us. You still gonna focus on what ninja that you don't like? You're gonna ignore this whole enemy that you just got exposed to. That's responsible for it. The person that you don't like, the ninja you don't like, responsible for their activity, but you want to ignore that. You want the soft, easy target. You don't want to go to no real war. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm on. Um, and we had enough time. If we was gonna do right by our people, by the people that we know we negatively influenced, we would have did it by now. So now, it's time for the reapers. It's time for the reapers to do what they do. Reapers on every level. What every level of human endeavor, every level of the sciences of life. It's reaper time. You know? Suge, yeah, I want to see more behold a pale horse type guys. Was that Bill Cooper telling everything, showing all the paperwork and deeds of the higher ups? I'm not interested in petty criminals mentioning their meager exploits. Absolutely. Yeah, but we don't want that because it's these criminals, these higher ups that's writing our checks. That's why I say it's easier for a camel. The Bible says it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, right? Kingdom of God just means righteous peace, harmony, you know what I'm saying? Health, bliss, strength, unity. You can't have that because your love is for money, the root of all evil. You love money too much, the root of all evil, and the people that print the money. So it's harder for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle, right? And if you really know in the Middle East what that really mean, and it don't really just mean a needle like a needle and thread. A needle is like the little doorway of a town, you know what I'm saying? Like a little clay doorway of a town, or you going into a city, back in the day, thousands of years ago. That only a human being or only a camel stripped naked can pass through. It's only big enough for a camel with no luggage on his back. So that's what that means. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. That little entrance door was called the needle, or the eye of the needle. And the camel have to get down on his knees and strip everything off of it. So whatever you was carrying that you thought you was rich, gold and silver and myrrh and frankincense and whatever you was You have to strip all of that off to fit through this, to get into this holy city. You can't bring none of that with you. So that's what that means. It's harder for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven, because rich man want to take all that stuff with him. The rich man want to take his riches with him. He want to take his fame. He want to take his ego into the kingdom of God. No, you already acting like you God. So you are not admitted. So that's why these people don't have no brotherhood. They don't have no army. They don't have no support. They don't have no power. They don't have no peace. They don't have no health. They don't have no loving family. They don't have none of that. Yeah. Baby E, I had a homie testified against the police for planting evidence in his case, and dudes in the hood looked at him as if he was a snitch, and I didn't understand when the police been a part of the street. Have when I didn't understand. I didn't understand when have the police been a part of the street, right? Right. So I mean, that's something to me, in my opinion. This is my opinion. My opinion is that this whole street code, snitch code, is COINTELPRO. It's been hijacked by COINTELPRO. It used to have a real code. It used to be based on a real code, the whole snitch code, but now it's been turned into a weapon like everything else. Anything that used to work for us, or that was natural, or that was you know justice or righteous, now it's turned into a weapon and been turned into something wicked. This whole snitch code is pure garbage trash, like that Ice Cube song. Snitch code. You know what I'm saying? We already know that only worked under the grace period of being able to do dirt. Ain't no honor among thieves. Ain't no honor among you know liars. A thief is a liar. Is a murderer. I'm trying to be careful. Thief, lying, and murking is the same thing. And none of it can be trusted if you're doing it against your own people. If you know if you're choosing to do that kind of crime against your own people, and it's crime, then there's no snitch code. You know what I'm saying? There's no honor code. You're not doing it against the real enemy. You're doing it against your own people. So it's not no code. We know we was the one Willie lynched, programmed against each other. We do more black on black deletions than white on black deletions. So how are you know? So that never made no sense to me way back. What I'm saying, and that's why I didn't bang my hood like that, because I saw that early. I saw that early, and like nah, y'all don't even want to deal with these people. Like why they bullets don't hurt no worse than ours. Why are we so quick to run out in the street, and we ain't doing it with these people that's locking us up and really enslaving us in the name of prison, and terrorizing us in our own neighborhoods, abusing us, what I'm saying, beating us. Like they doing worse than these so-called ops. But we don't want no part. Like I seen the cowardice way back then when I was 15. When I was 15, 14, 15, like, because that's when I started, like, can't stand these people. I didn't know nothing about no nation. I didn't know nothing about no Elijah. I knew these people was, what I'm saying? These people, even though you fantasize on them on TV, you grow up watching Different Strokes, or you Little House on the Prairie, all these little movies where they look fascinating, they look fun, and they doing all of the freshest, funnest stuff on TV. But in real life, what I'm saying, when you see they representative, meaning the police and the sheriffs and the judges and just people, like you go in a certain neighborhood, like how they looking at you and all that, these niggas, something wrong with these people. I don't like these people. But then, so when you start getting touched up, you 12, you 10, 11, 12 years old, from where we from, and they start putting their hands on you, and they billy clubs, and they boots kicking you in your nuts and your butt and all that, and calling you the N-word, like, oh, I used to want to be one of y'all, like in elementary school. What you want to be when you grow up, Craig? I want to be a policeman. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a such and such army man or whatever. Until you realize what they really are, who they are, then you like, man, F these. I knew you was, I didn't know the word devil or Satan. And so I knew I was foul and I can identify it. And then I seen in 1970, either 1976 or 1978, I think it was 1978, when the TV series Roots came out. I was like, there it is right there. That's it right there. That was the most revolutionary conscious thing that really set me off. That really set me up. That was my foundation to eventually become a writer, FOI. Is the movie Roots, 1970 something, ever 78, I think. John Amos, rest in peace, peace be upon him, like Toby, Kunta Kinte. That did it. That confirmed everything I always knew as a child growing up. Yeah. Oh yeah, King Z. You welcome, and he talking about the colloidal silver. So all of y'all that's watching this and that watch this, it's been like a 2 week and even more delay. Um, I'm literally this microphone and this board that you hear. Like I didn't have to wait for this for 2 years. I mean 2 years, 2 weeks because I think because of the port strike or whatever, the hurricanes or whatever. So whatever the orders are, it's probably down there a month. Some of my orders is about a month back ordered or delayed because of inventory supplies and stuff that wasn't available. So I'm either gonna put one or two extra bottles in y'all's order for the delay, even though it's the delay ain't just on me, but I don't. Especially I know it's wintertime now and the flu season and whatever they next technology that they got in store with these viruses or whatever. I don't want y'all to have to delay, especially if y'all supported me and put some hard-earned money up, you know what I'm saying, to try to support me, you know what I'm saying, and you want that immediately, and I want you to have it immediately, but it's these delays, you know what I'm saying, that's beyond my control. So anybody that has a back order, like, man, where my order at? I'm going to either put one or two extra bottles, and each bottle is worth $35, $40. So don't trip, and please forgive me, and have patience with me. I ain't forgot about you. I got it all, lined up. So, but yeah, thank you again, King Z, for your patience, and thank y'all for y'all patience. Right. Yeah. So yeah, that Roots, the movie Roots is what did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's something we all knew. We like heard about it, our parents, you know what I'm saying, grandparents before the movie Roots came out. We heard about slavery, you know what I'm saying? We heard about the stories of coming from the South, but we ain't never visually seen it. This is the power of media. This is the power of television and movies. Once that TV show came out, just like the movie Malcolm X, people that don't know nothing about the nation, they're going to hate the nation. They're going to hate Elijah Muhammad. They're going to hate all this based on the power and influence of that movie. Because that's how I looked once I seen Roots. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, nah. And that is what started from my witnessing, from me, my observation. That's what started some of the most brutal, abuses of our Mexican brothers by black people was when that TV series came out because we were so ignorant. We so mentally dead. We think anybody that looked like that, they got light skin or white looking skin and straight hair, we thought they was white. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know the difference. And boy, did we take all of our roots slave master fury out on our Mexican brothers. And it was sad, you know what I'm saying? It was sad because I knew that even if they was white, they wasn't the ones that did it, but I never got that spirit. Like, Mexicans don't got no white people spirit like that. Like these Americanized ones that want to be sheriffs and all that might do. Or, once you get, into that that politics, that prison politics type stuff. But back then in the 70s, they wasn't on that time whatsoever. It wasn't on none of that. They was on their zoot suit. They was trying to fight against the same enemy. They was doing their little street organizations to try to defend themselves, against the same enemy that we was. The brown berets, the zoot suits, and all of that. While we was doing the Black Panthers and those spin-off organizations of the nation, that split from the nation. But but when that happened, that movie came out, man, and the violations that we was doing, what I'm saying, was unacceptable. And I knew, what I'm saying, that was going to cause whatever response it was going to cause. I didn't know it was going to, go that route. But that's the power of media. That's the power of being influenced by images or imagery or by stories, what I'm saying, like books, movies, magazines, TV shows, commercials. That's how they programmed us to you know fight and delete each other. You we all hung out together. It was all family. Like it was nothing. That was your light skinned homies. There was light skinned black people, and that proved to be true to this day. Once we go through all of that and then come back full circle, and you see these was part of the original indigenous tribe. They got the same blood that we got. You know what I'm saying? Even though their skin is light and their hair is straight, that's because they was from one of the different tribes of black people, the ones that's called the Indians with the straight hair, but they were still black people. And when the European conquistadors or Spaniards came over here and conquered the straight-haired black Indians and produced offspring, them offspring naturally had straight hair and thin noses, and their skin was white, so they was easy to pass for white, but they wasn't white. They were still original indigenous blood people, but you know, according to the Willie Lynch paper bag test system, like the closer you are to light, the more right you are. Even though this country didn't practice that, they selectively, what I'm saying, politicked on Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? But they have created a colorism system among all people, especially Mexicans. So the Mexicans that look real Euro, that look real white and act white and think white and talk white, those are the ones that's running Mexico. You're gonna find that anywhere. You know, find that in Africa, find that in Asia, find that in India. All the ones that's the whiter or the lighter ones is ruling. Yeah. Um, let me see. Let me test my little sound effects. But I told you. So I'm gonna start filling up all my little soundboards with whoop whoops and punchlines and words and whatever from. I'm gonna remind y'all who your brother Cam is. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be funny. Yeah, let me see if I can. It's gonna be that's gonna be what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out, and like I said, this is just clowning. We just having fun. But uh, that's your style. I might get in trouble for that. I might have to delete that, delete that little sound effect right there. But that's from my mutual respect album that I forgot all about. There's so much stuff I done did I forgot all about. That's just hilarious bars, just roasting, that's waking people up. You know what I'm saying? On my worst day. And then I see that somebody re-released Ice Cube's Crazy Tune disc. Rest in peace, Crazy Tune. The disc that started, me and him going back and forth. The disc that made me make whoop whoop. It's a genius of love. Time Club slow down beat that Cube is rapping. Uh, that he released in the street. DJ Crazy Tunes did the beat, and that's one of the reasons I bumped heads with Crazy Tunes too. Like, oh, so that man, that's why I said So was he the only one dissing, or they were too? Because I could really get into it, but all out of respect for Crazy Tunes, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my bro. Like all of them bros, but we bumped heads over Cube, and he wanted to ride with Cube because his brother was riding with Cube. You know what I'm saying? And I used to like, I'm gonna let you know, like I'm gonna ask you. I'm not gonna press you. Like who I'm on. I'm on on your boss. You know what I'm saying? He's not my boss. He's your boss. So you want to ride with him? Like you want some of this or what? You know what I'm saying? What y'all want? What y'all want to do? We can all go head up on pay-per-view. We can do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? But that's not gang bang talk. That's manhood talk. This is what you tell them eye to eye, face to face. This was what I told them face to face. You know what I'm saying? Same with KD. Shouts out to KD. I told that story too. Shouts out KD. You know what I'm saying? He got tricked. He got tricked into dissing me. You know what I'm saying? He got tricked into, performing with Cube, and Cube would say, I'm down with 8 and what's up. And then he'll be quiet and have KD say, Cam and Solo ain't got no effing nuts. Like, bruh, 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 you didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I called him. I caught up to him one day, you know what I'm saying, after one of them shows, and we had a nice, solid, serious conversation about that. You know what I'm saying? And it never happened again. But, I showed him how he got set up. Like, why old boy have you say that part? Same way that he had me say that stuff on the end of No Vaseline. Yeah, you wanted me to be a part of your fade when it get hot, if and when it get hot. So where you got to take the fade while he rides off into the sunset, in a Rolls Royce with a big check that he just got from performing and putting you out there like he was doing you a favor by letting you be his hype man and perform with him on stage to diss me. You know what I'm saying? To diss me in Solo, knowing what the repercussions of that would be. Knowing that he could escape, he could avoid. He's gonna have security. Well, even he wouldn't have security, but I'm gonna put this out there, right? Let me say this. Rest in peace. May Allah be pleased, the monster. You know what I'm saying, from 111, Cube security. Those, Kibo. Those is my brothers. Those is my brother. At any time, you know, you know, I could have hollered. At any time, I could have hollered. You know what I'm saying? They respected it. You know what I'm saying? They respected me. Of course, I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Respected them and respect them. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't gonna let nothing get out of hand, out of control. But they can shouts out, like I said, my rest in peace, man. You want to run? You know what I'm saying? Run there, man. I know y'all you broke, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all family, man. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. They know, like anybody knows, man. At that time, you know what I'm saying, in my 20s and my 30s, bruh was, you know what I'm saying, like, by God's permission, I was kind of legendary in the FOI streets, in these Compton FOI streets for these, you know what I'm saying. So, and that wouldn't even be like it just be a lose-lose situation. It'd just have been a lose-lose situation for me because I represent the Nation of Islam. I represent Minister Farrakhan. So it just would have been a lose-lose situation. It would just, nothing really good would have came out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because then I would have did a woo woo. I would have rapped about it. Like, so it's a lot of reasons why, bro never responded. He can respond now. You know what I'm saying? I'm opening myself up for interviews now, like just like KD did. And it's a reason why I'm doing it now. Like I said, because October 16th, 3 days ago, was the end of grace. So this don't mean I'm lying on nobody. This don't mean I'm calling for no violence or nothing like that. No, it just means I'm telling my story. I'm telling the real story. Telling the real story. Just like people that, I would imagine if Tupac was still alive, that he would have something to say about the Straight Outta Compton movie and how things was portrayed. You know what I'm saying? Like who wrote that script? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was slapping up Suge and banging on Suge and the the mob brothers, the homies from Looters Park and the mob like that. That's what y'all was really doing. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is it's just as bad when it comes to how people was acting like Cam and these FOI, you know, Moss number 54 Muslims wasn't you know yeah. So and we never was allowed to use this unfair advantage. You know what I'm saying? We had to do the opposite. Anytime you seen Brother Cam moving around, I could never use the advantage that I know that we had as being a whole army, you know what I'm saying, of the most vicious, former Crips and Bloods and GDs and BDs and Vice Lords, from like every real stepper, slider, hitter, you know what I'm saying, mover and shaker from every black gang or whatever in the United States are FOI. Are FOI. Nobody forgot how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody forgot how to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's already unfair. That's already bullying to the thousandth power. So we couldn't even use that, you know what I'm saying, to you know what I'm saying? We had to be like Christ, like Minister Farrakhan, like, because of course he could have gave it, you know, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, just like that. Anybody, anytime, anybody. That's all, you know what I'm saying, even if he suggests, because he wouldn't even have to do that. He wouldn't even have to say that. Minister Farrakhan has spent most of his career, or as a messenger and a peacemaker and a savior, stopping us from doing that. He knows that we wanted to do that to our own people, which involves still some germs of self-hatred for our own people or for our own kind. So he was the one holding back the volcanoes and the floods and the wrath of, you know, he would never have to tell no FOIs to move. He has to tell them don't move. He has to tell them don't do nothing. He has to call, just like Mustafa and get your ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about with that rap beef, the whoop whoop and all of that, because he already heard, he already know, like, you know what I'm saying? Not what I mean, he heard what happened, you know what I'm saying? And the dude got touched up a little bit, but it was already an understanding, and dude got money, you know what I'm saying? So he could have said, like they allegedly Diddy supposedly, put something out there on Pac or whatever. Like he could have did that, but that we lived that. So that ain't nothing. That's what we know we signed what we signed up for. If you cross that line, if that's where we going, we don't got nothing to lose. This is what we already do. You know what I'm saying? If you never really do that or never did that and you got too much to lose, this is not you. It's not just like you dealing with one individual that's just running his mouth. Like this one individual represents, a whole nation that like you just don't got no win. Like, and when we playing the rap beef game, like you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep it rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you say certain type of things, you know what I'm saying, that like Mike Tyson, you think rap or social media, is all good until you get punched in the face. That social media made you think, or rap or whatever, or these security guards or these gates, make people think that you can't get touched for that. But thanks to Chicago, these young steppers and sliders in Chicago and other places, in Houston, Texas, and Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Philly, New York, LA, Midwest, they let you know. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to be talking no tough guy stuff at all. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody is gonna, call you on it. And if you're not willing to lose all your fame and your health and your, wealth, then you might want to find something else to talk about. So I responded to that Crazy Tunes diss with whoop whoop. And on the Crazy Tunes diss, it was one or two things he said. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was cool with it. We was laughing about it, you know what I'm saying? Back then he had a few bars. Like he still knew how to rap a little bit. Back then he had a few bars that he actually knew how to rap a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he said something like, he was just out of his mind. Like he said something like, anybody killer, you know what I'm saying? Something Ricketts and Sloops. And like, I was like, what did this, what did this thing that? And, once I told Mac 10, like, he's like, damn, Ken, like, you trying to get this nigga. Like, no, he said that. He said it. And that's the funny part. Shouts out Mac 10, because we was laughing about this whole thing. Even if, nigga, get touched or something, touch him up a little bit, nobody wanted to delete dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? We from the school where you fade. And I'm not taking nothing from Cube with the solo thing. From what I hear, he tried to fade him. He tried to fade, but if you're not a squabbler, you know what I'm saying? You know, but shouts out to Solo. I'll let Solo tell his own story. But yeah, this is the subject. This is entertaining, right? This was about me. I can't talk about what happened regarding me. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to, like I said, Reggie Wright or anybody else, Mob James, all of the people that, became, really popping and viral because of their experience with that camp, the Death Row camp. I am this camp by God's permission. You know what I'm saying? This is your most, this story, this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Who else did your favorite Don Mega, you know? So I could tell the story. I could tell many stories, and I probably would get into some of them, but I'm not certain things I'm not going into. Only reason I'm doing this is because of the violation. Like, the grace is over. You had time to, get your act together. You had time to do justice by people that, some of them ain't even alive no more for you to do justice by 'em. So just because you might be doing something for JD, shouts out JD. I don't know what it is. I can't control whatever you owe him or he owe you or whatever y'all relationship is. That's not mine. I don't get in his way. I don't get in my brother JD way. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody else. I can only speak and stand on what I was a part of and what I had something to do with, what I'm a witness of, star witness of. And it ain't just with him. This can cover a few of the top rappers in the world from the West Coast. But right now we talking about this whack ass record and video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jamila, salute Jamila. After you shut down the chat last night, I watched The Master Call, Farrakhan, Escaping the Plot, and we are definitely in the final days. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what he said, Gooch. You remember that? I was like, dude, like, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? You ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why would you say that? Why would you, like, that's how you know people is insane. And that's why, Gooch, on that thing right there, that's why I really was glad that I fell back, because I saw this type of insanity when we was together. I was like, it scared the ish out of me. Like, this nigga gonna get me murked. You think you could say certain things? You think you got, like, dude? And I guess you've been getting away with it because people been starstruck. Let me tell you, like, when I first uh, wrote my letter and got my ex and all of that, and I first coming in the nation, like, I was testing this guy, this Mastafar Muhammad guy, you know what I'm saying? And he really showed up and proved, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, out of nowhere, Cube is rolling up to my house every day, picking me up from the east side, right? And the first few times, because he picking me up every morning, and then whatever we do at Street Knowledge, and put me up with Paramount Pictures, Pat Charbonnet. You know what I'm saying? So I had like a little movie writing and TV show writing deal. I was one of the writers for Paramount Pictures through that. So they was trying to set me up and make sure I was straight. But the sickness of my mind and how we grew up, every time, this is sad because he had like a little gray, the same little minivan, I think that he had on Jacking for Beats, that same minivan, you know what I'm saying? He used to pull up with a little hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Pull up in front of the house on the driveway, boom, boom, like, you know what I'm saying? I come out. Every time I hop in the car, I and forget, I be praying to God to this day, like, but I was studying my own thought processes, like, you know, as soon as I'm backing out the driveway, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I could do this dude right now. Like, damn, like, dude ain't untouchable. Like, and he's sitting here trying to help me, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the value in me and trying to put me on in the industry because he's gonna benefit from it. But in my mind, like I could, you know what I'm saying? I could do right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Or I can, get I'm thinking like I got him this close. I got I got the drop on him. Like, no, he your friend. He's trying to help you. I'm thinking about a quick lick, like I can hit on this dude for the first 3 or 4 times he ever pulled up at my house. Right. That's how sick I was. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a FOI and I had to wrestle with this, like, damn, God, why am I thinking this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know how sick we are. Even if you see me doing this, you know what I'm saying? And you see me arguing with my people that I'm saying is riding dude nuts or riding anybody nuts. I understand why. Like, we really sick. Like, we really, it takes a while, you know what I'm saying, for something to be drilled and drilled and drilled into your head. Like you don't got to think like that. You don't have to think like that. I literally, you know what I'm saying? So, but, and that's why I got so much patience. So I try to be having so much patience with our people, you know what I'm saying, that be opposing me. And you have to be willing to go ahead up. You have to be willing to squabble or whatever. At least back then, I can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, um, not technically, what you call that? Theoretically, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to mentally squabble, or you know what I'm saying, go back and forth and tolerate and fade and come back. But then after you fade somebody, you know what I'm saying, depending on the violation, I'll bring them back up or whatever. But if you come on here like you just trying to, kamikaze something and just be reckless and just way out of bounds, then I just gotta block you. You'll probably have to open or create a whole new profile and then come on here and say, yeah, man, you blocked me before. All right, well, all right. I'm not blocking you now. If I blocked you before, that means I got a right to block you again. But the fact that you said you blocked me before, all right, well, you want to say the same thing, or you came on here and started a new page because you wanted to say what? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not unreasonable. All right, I blocked you. I had to block you for a reason. I don't know you. I don't remember. I got bigger block lists than niggas got follower lists on their social social media. All right, I just block you so you won't create a nuisance on what I'm trying to get across, the information, the valuable information that I'm trying to get across to our people. So somebody on here trolling, I mean, all right, I want you to be here because that helps the algorithm. But if it's distracting and you too disrespectful, then yeah, you just gotta go. I mean, anybody gonna miss you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So right, Gooch. Yep. Had one foot in, one foot out. Because you don't, if you grow up with the lick mentality, lick, I don't know how to do nothing that can earn me a constant, living. So growing up, how we grew up, it's a lick mentality. Oh, I can hit this lick and then I won't have to work. You know what I'm saying? I'll flip this into this and that. You know what I'm saying? So and if you do that, and if you know how to do that, you already doing it. Like it's sad that you already plotting that. Like, okay, all I gotta do is this and this and this and make it seem like this. Like people that do little car, insurance, burn your car up type things and all that back in the day. You knew the steps. You knew the steps. And anybody that did this type of FZ, what I'm saying, Crezon, right? You knew the steps of apprehending a human being or having what I'm saying, having somebody, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But God didn't, God, we know how to do these things. It don't mean we do them. And if we ever have to be reactivated in doing them, it's not gonna be against our own people for some wicked reason. If I know how to get busy, I just know how to. I know who to get busy on now. I know how to get busy. That was never the case, right? It's who do you get busy on? Who are you supposed to ride on? Who are you supposed to put it all on the line for? Who are you supposed to crash out on? Your own people. What about the people that put us in this condition for the last 470 years? Like I ain't seen nobody crashing out on them too much. So the Muslims was the ones doing the willing allegedly to crash out on them so much. Those that was blessed enough to witness some of that. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed enough to witness it. I'm talking about crash out. Don't mean I'm talking about the necessary obligatory retaliation. You know what I'm saying? It's not that aggression, it's the response. So I was blessed to witness some of the responses that you'll never see in the media. You'll never hear no FOI speak on. We gotta listen to y'all say, y'all ain't did nothing against the such and such. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why you shouldn't be one of us, because we don't do nothing against nobody. We just talk and sell paper. So stay over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But for those that's blessed enough to, to understand, you know what I'm saying, or have witnessed, or you know what I'm saying, then you feel comfortable being an FOI. You feel comfortable being a FOI. You know what I'm saying? You feel like this is, I can hang out with you brothers for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Trading places. No, I believe I can hang out with you. Randy, right? Randy Mortimer, right? Okay, brother Randy, right? All right. Right. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. But I just want to, as much as we can push the line, you know what I'm saying, let them know that you know, it is what it is. This is my brother, Reuben Muhammad. I don't know if I should put you out there. I'm not gonna say nothing like that, but this is my literal blood, same father, same mother, brother. That's student minister in mosque. What's the mosque number in Greensboro, North Carolina now? One of the original Compton FOI riders. That's on the back cover of Death Certificate album. Student minister at that time, on assistant, lieutenants and all that. We done held almost every post. Mosque 92. Mosque number 92. Muhammad Mosque 92 in Greensboro, North Carolina. And this was one of the sickest dudes out. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't never gang banging on the street stuff, but this is one of the guys that I seen some of the first, you know, demos against the real enemy. You know what I'm saying? That's as much as I can say. And I gained the big brother and the big homie respect that I never had on the street level once I saw that. I was like, all right, I believe I can hang out with you fellas. And the very first day that I hung out with these brothers, I got my head bust open by the Lennox sheriff or whatever, or whoever sheriff that was on Crenshaw and Vernon. And that was the beginning of my FOI life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to, I never got cracked like that. I never got my blood spilt like that by them before on that level. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a good. It was a good experience. It was a good experience. Got locked up. We was in high power. It was like it was an interesting experience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, um, but yeah, the FOI Compton FOI was FOIing was and that was what Q recognized. Hold on one second. It's my G glasses. G. Yeah. I'm on live, so don't say nothing you will regret. So I said I'm on live. I'm on YouTube live, and you on speaker, so don't say nothing that you would regret. What you doing, man? What you doing? I always say something I would regret never said in my entire life. All right. Oh, okay. Wait. All right. I'll hit you back in a few. That's my bro, Young Glasses. That's who made this possible. Glasses is the one that even put me with Battle Cat. You know what I'm saying? He's a mastermind behind. He's a diabolical genius, Dr. Frankenstein behind a whole lot of this stuff that I wouldn't even think twice about because I don't care about it. But he's seen the value in it. He the one got me on this podcast business. Him and Big Steel. So, right, Rue. So, Rue, like at some point, maybe tomorrow or maybe Monday or something like that, I want to do a whole week of us just kind of, FOI week, meaning, stories that we can't tell and stories, what I'm saying, whether it's Compton FOI, whether it's Million Man March, whether it's, certain little maneuvers or whatever, what I'm saying, that we can speak on, since we can speak a little bit now, what I'm saying? Because that's what's the brotherhood is so airtight, because the people don't believe it. The people don't believe it. They don't believe it because, just like God, because he don't show his face. He don't speak about it. So they believe that it don't exist. They don't believe that Master Fard Muhammad exists, or even Honorable Elijah Muhammad really exists, because they don't brag or show what they have done. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see it eventually, but the game is so airtight. That's why I love the FOI. And it's not, talking about incriminating nothing. Now we ain't criminals. You know what I'm saying? We're not criminals. We're not incriminating, but we can bear witness of a few things. We can recall certain things. You know what I'm saying? But especially when it comes to this, yeah, stand on code for. Especially when it comes to the rap. We're just talking about rap. You know what I'm saying? And how this FOI thing is connected to rap. How Minister Farrakhan is the spiritual godfather of hip hop, of rap, and everything associated with it. The Nation of Islam teachings, and how this has influenced everybody, and how they can't do weak dirt, sell out whatever stuff today and act like they don't know that they doing dirt, like they selling out. We are the ones, by God's permission, that are qualified to quote unquote judge and hold you accountable, because we know what, you know, we know you know better, because we made sure you know better. And you knew how serious it was. You knew the stakes. You knew the consequences. You saw demos of what the consequences are. So if you think that you're free from that and you behind some gates, or you got, some rainbow small cap protection or something, like, no such thing. There's no such thing as that. Yeah. So they didn't fear Jesus physically doing nothing. They feared Jesus speaking on certain things. They feared Jesus's mouth, his tongue, exposing them. That's what they feared. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they fear today. Whether it's the literal Jesus, the head, the Farrakhan, and then those that fear him, opening his mouth and exposing them, or the apostles of Farrakhan, that have little enemies and little weirdo cowards and traitors and sellouts that fear us opening our mouth against them on our grade level. That's what this is. So what you feared has come. The day that you feared, it has arrived. So it don't mean that we crashing out and we reckless and shit. I might not say nothing too much. All I could just make a rap record or something. You know what I'm saying? Make some little videos, or have, some of the brothers come on. They ain't got to be FOI. Some people that used to be in the lynch mob, you know, because you're not going to silence me. I can get JD on a podcast. I can get KD on a podcast. I can get T-Bone on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say what I say. They're not gonna shut me up. They're not gonna say you wrong, Camel. No, well, nah. They're gonna be like, hey man, shit, you know better than me, Cam. You know what I'm saying? On that. And then I want to hear, just like I said, this is no diss, but we have to talk real talk. Name somebody that used to be with me that's around, our circle, whether it's Solo, Layback, rest, N.W.A be pleased, Brother T, um, any of the FOIs, anybody around me that's gonna speak bad on me, that I don't kick it with no more, or we not cool no more. Versus somebody that has all kind of crew members over time, that none of them got nothing good to say. None of them is with you. Like, you don't know how to sustain a brotherhood. You're not a team player. You're the boss. You know what I'm saying? You're the God. Everybody's supposed to be grateful and thankful to you. In your ego, like, oh, okay, we don't do that. We don't do that here. FOI, man, everybody is getting checked. In the 90s, if you came to come to Mines 54, you seen a DP. It wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't what we were supposed to do. And Minister Farrakhan had to check us, and we got disciplined. We got chastised so many times for trying to do stuff the street way, even though it was based in righteousness, but we wasn't supposed to, get at our own people, discipline our own in-house people certain kind of ways, but we did. So if we did ourselves that way, is that anybody outside, you can only imagine. All of these entertainers and comedians and it's names I can name, you know what I'm saying? From Diddy to Chris Rock to whoever. Like nigga, we did demos on them. You know what I'm saying? There's some demos that I can never speak on. They can speak on it. If they speak, I would deny it. I'm not gonna say we did that. Nah, we didn't do that. I don't know what you talking about. We didn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? You did that to you, maybe. Shit. We didn't do that. Prove that. You know what I'm saying? And even if it was something like that, it would have to be a retaliation for some violation that y'all did. So if you want to tell the whole story, then maybe some of us might confirm some of it. But it was never no aggression that FOIs did. The FOIs respond. Well, you just first responders. That's all. That's all. But y'all only do something against your own people. Yeah, well, that's the only people that's gonna tell you. That's gonna tell on us. Shit. Only people that's gonna tell on us is our own people. Yeah, they did this and they did that. The real enemy ain't gonna tell you because they don't want us to sound that strong. They don't want you to believe that we're that strong, that we got that much respect from them, that we had them in check to that degree. So they're not gonna tell you how the FOI respond against them. Where they gonna tell you that? On TMZ, CNN? They gonna make the FOI look good? Yeah. So you only believe what's on their television screen. So all right, stay there, stay believing that. You're gonna get put in a situation. God gonna have you in a situation where the people you believe in gonna go upside your head good enough. Then you're gonna be looking for some kind of alternative brotherhood, man. This is man. Okay, well, yeah. Jack Johnson, Jerry Heller was the N.W.A virus that spread. Jerry Heller. I wouldn't blame Jerry Heller. If you knew Jerry Heller was doing that, and then once you got away from him, you continued to do it. That's not. You can't blame that on Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller actually was most solid. Jerry Heller was like Trump to me. What I knew about Jerry Heller, you know what I'm saying, because we had a relationship with him. We had a relationship with Jerry Heller through Mike Klein, the little dude from the JDL, Jewish Defense League. This is before they really had the ADL start popping. It was the JDL, and they was like some little muscle hitters, from their little camp. They had some little spin-off soldiers from you know, the IDF or the MOSSAD clique. They got their little camp, their little soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So Jerry Heller was plugged in with that. You know what I'm saying? Mike Klein and them, and Mike Klein. We let Cube here. Shaheed and myself and maybe one or two other the brothers. You know what I'm saying? I was always present. You know what I'm saying? When they were saying what they wanted and planned to do to Q. Saying, I mean, for Christ's sake, for God's sake, Shaheed, you know what I'm saying? He's not a tough guy. He went to such and such high school for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? Is he with you guys or not? Yeah, he with us. Yeah, he with us. And if you touch him, you do something, it's up. Yeah, dude, like they want to do so bad. They want to do so bad. And one of the tapes I actually let Cube hear, and he got spooked. And this is from my assessment. He got spooked, so now he felt like they must be in. This is what it seemed like to me, that the Muslims must be in cahoots with the JDL to try to squeeze me. That's what it seemed like he believed. Like, oh, okay, well, just fade on the way. You know what I'm saying? And that type of little wedge, when you try, you wanna you want to inform. You don't want to like be having no backside meetings about a person with the enemy and don't let the person know about it. So, but now if you're not built like that or you're not familiar with the real warfare and how these things really go, then you gonna be like thinking somebody like Jerry Heller, or like, why are you cool? Why would you even be cool like that with Jerry Heller? Why are y'all sounding cool on the phone? Like you don't know nothing about enemies. You don't know how to talk to enemies. Why was Elijah Muhammad cool with those Klan members or those American Nazi Party members or whatever? The ones that agreed to give him, the oil baron that agreed to give him millions for this farmland so we can get away from them. You know what I'm saying? They had to have some cool conversations and shit, whether on the phone or in person. Did that mean that we was in cahoots against the other ninjas? But that's how, if you just a the actor or whatever. Like if you never, if you don't know warfare and science, like I mean, what can you do? Like I'm gonna let you in on these meetings and shit. Like I'm trying to let you hear. This is what we're talking about concerning you. This is what they said they want to do to you. You know what I'm saying? But then now that seems like do you think that we're extorting you now that you have to now be uh, uh, loyal to us or whatever? Like, all right, man, just do you. Just go do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that you don't love the minister, you don't love your people, but you called them this. I don't know. Just like you said, you killing, you deleting rickets and sloops. Yeah, well, you just said get rid of that devil real simple, put a such and such in this temple. You said that. I didn't tell you to say that. I didn't say that. I don't. You don't hear me saying nothing like that. Not saying that you can't say that, but if you're gonna say that, stand on it. Nothing happened to you. Nothing happened to Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Till you spent off and do your own thing and feel like you bigger than the God or the organization. All right, okay, that's it. All right, but the nation never told you to say don't no shit like that. Did your homies, the homies from 111, surely didn't tell you it's okay to say, that little rap line that I requoted and whoop whoop. Oh no, somebody didn't teach you right. Somebody didn't raise you right. You don't know what you're not supposed to say, bro. You don't know what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say. So once I saw that, like yeah, like your ego, like you got a 5150, you're insane in your own ego, your own false pride ego or whatever. So that's dangerous. I have to fall back. Like, oh no, you're gonna get me murked. You're gonna get me murked because people know that I'm loyal to you and I'm riding with you. And this is what you saying, and this is how you thinking. Like, oh no, I gotta go on and back it on up, get my little Michael Jackson moonwalk back back it on up. You know what I'm saying? And brother Ron, you know what I'm saying? He can be with you. He can be the representative of the minister or whoever to you. I resign. Like I'm not. I can't mess with you like that. So you know, I could like, it's so much, brother Ruben. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to counsel me on what not, how far not to go per episode, since I can kind of speak now, or if I can't, because this is not dissing. This is not dissing, and this is really not airing out no dirt. I'm not interested in airing out nobody's dirt. But if you're trying to put your dirt out there, if you're trying to dirty up our work, I got to look at my Lord, my spiritual master sensei in a wheelchair with no lower intestines in a colostomy bag, crying and suffering from us for the last 30 since I've been in the nation. And you steady throwing trash out there, you steady making, negative, influential poison for our women and girls and children and little dudes, you know what I'm saying, the pattern after. Oh, man. You have to understand that it didn't go all the way up until we saw the Jesus, in the Bible. They saw that Jesus give his life. That's the point of no return, bro. I don't give a damn who you say. I love the minister. I love the nigga. No, you don't. If you love to minister, then you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. We could have did that. I could have did so many St. Ives commercials and liquor commercials and had all kind. Man, I could have been more richer than all these clowns because they clowns. Had these clowns in our pocket. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be a clown, you want to be in the circus, then you just be a clown in the circus. I'm not gonna step on your big Ronald McDonald toes. Just be the clown that you want to be. That's what you think success is. Oh, money, you able to make money? Prostitutes make money. Satan's got the most money, and you got to be cool with the Satans in this world to get that much money. I'm cool. I'll be with the God. I'll have patience, even if I don't live to see it. My children and my grandchildren gonna see it. They're gonna inherit their grandfather's righteous testicle reward. That's what I'm playing. I'm playing for the long game, the eternal, immortal game. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't care who you know. I'm against what you do. Yeah, and that day, many's gonna come up and say, "Lord, Lord, didn't I do this in your name? Didn't I do this?" And he's gonna be like, "Yeah, yeah." And just me paraphrasing, Ebonic ghetto paraphrase. Ninja, F out of here. I know you not. You know what I'm saying? You think you finesse me? You think you could treat me good and give me charity and then treat my apostles and my people, my beloved people, like shit? Ah, surprise. Surprise. Guess what? I gave the keys to the people that you treated like shit. Go holler at them. Don't holler at me. You ain't got no access to me. You got to holler at them wardens of the fire. They not spooks. They not from the Middle East or somewhere. They from the people that you were shitting on. These are the people that you were shitting on. Now we've given them the keys to your faith. Yep, that's gonna be a terrible day, ain't it? Well, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Yeah. So that's all, man. You know, life life is short, right? So people feel like, well, man, I'm just gonna go for mine. I'm just gonna go for mine. I'm qualified to speak on the character that I'm speaking on. I'm qualified to speak on the era that I'm speaking on. I'm qualified to speak on this whole subject matter. There is nobody in the music industry more qualified than me to speak on this character and this situation and the N.W.A and Minister Farrakhan. Who else in the rap business is more qualified to speak on this subject than me? Hmm. Bryant Jordan. All I'm gonna do like is block you. That's weirdo. That's weirdo-ness. Bryant Jordan, hop on here with me or get blocked because of that comment. Because that's the kind of comments that get you arrested. You trying to get me arrested? You trying to get me demonetized? Why would you use that word? Why would you use that phrase right there? So the only way for you to redeem yourself, if it's that important, because you over here listening to me, I'm not on your page listening to you. So since you're over here listening to me, here's the link to the StreamYard. Either hop on, show your face, and kind of clarify that question, or just get blocked. You know what I mean? You got 3 minutes. There's the StreamYard link. Because I love that. That's what I love. And I love to see the cowardness, the cowardness of those that type but won't talk. Just talk like I'm talking. I'm live. I'm showing my face. I can't hide. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this 30 something years. You know what I'm saying? You worried about my feelings. You know what I'm saying, instead of worried about the receipts and the story, the proof that I got. Why are you worried about how you uh, perceive my feelings to be? Why do feelings matter? I can't just say the results. I can't say the receipts. I can't say the facts. Do you know Q? You know what I'm saying? Do you know if Cube has ever violated a woman or a child or whatever? Do you know him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know me? So any of the Elmatic, salute Elmatic or Gooch, you know, you got the clock. You know, you can do with these weirdos what you want to. But I allow them, I call you a weirdo and a coward, and I post your comment. So I'm not trying to dodge or duck nothing. I'm giving you the, you know, the invite to fade me based on your comment. But they don't show up. So we just gonna make content out of it and keep on going. Like I said, my block list is bigger than most of y'all's friends lists, followers list. We don't need them, but we use them. It's all fertilizer. It's all fuel. All the BS is to us is fertilizer. But hopefully this is a good example of how you're supposed to deal with internet trolls and haters or whatever. It don't mean it, you know, it don't mean that, you know, I'm squeaky clean or, you know what I'm saying, I know best or whatever. I just got testicles and shit. And I don't want to fade you if you want to fade me. Verbally, if you want to fade me, I'm not talking about physically. This is verbal. This is talking. Why would you want to type when I'm talking? Why don't you want to talk when I'm talking? Talk to me live while I'm talking. Don't type to me while I'm talking. Right. Jack Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar whole family not after he signed that contract with Budweiser. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yusuf Arline, salute. Elmatic, out of here. Block party is on. Enjoy. Tell them Cam sent you. You got the VIP pass to the block party from me. Uh-huh. So it's gonna be entertaining. I mean, why not? Why not? I'm here live because I didn't even really think that live was gonna be my forte, but it's the funnest thing for me. I don't really like to do the pre-recorded stuff, even though that makes more money. But you know me. I don't never do the thing that makes the more money. I do the thing that seems to be the more, you know, effective, that it really affects human life. So I like live. I like being live. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a tough guy, and I don't like disrespecting people. I don't like mess. I don't like beef, but I do like a good argument. I do like a good challenge. You know what I'm saying? So challenge me. Ice Cube is whack. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you something to trigger you, like to make you want to retaliate. If Cube is your favorite rapper, he's whack, and you're whack. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, because if you tolerating that whackness, that means you like chitlins. You eat pork. And I can tell you pork is whack. Crack is whack. Crack and pork is whack, right? Greens in the bathtub is whack. But you're saying that that's a legend. That's a legendary meal. You know what I'm saying? It's cooked by a legend. You know what I'm saying? My crack, my chitlins is cooked by a legend. So it's not whack. Well, it got the same pork worms in it that's gonna do your body the same damage. So that's whack and you're whack. Samuel C. Salute, salute. We just having fun. We just having fun. Like Gooch said, we just having fun. Um, y'all welcome to hit the like button, man. Hit the like button if y'all don't mind. Hit the like, subscribe to Digital Soapbox Network in the podcast, Digital Soapbox Media. Hit the like and the subscribe button if y'all don't mind. And also at the Cash App, take it to Cash App, official West Coast Cam Cash App for those that, you know, want to contribute to the movement and to the information and to me clowning, because I'm gonna start clowning. So people that don't like it, I'm sure they're gonna unfollow or whatever. Cool, but by God's permission, since I've been on here for about a month or so, month and a half, you know, I didn't boosted the following of this page by a few thousand, but unfortunately, it looks like that some of my words and posts, of course, have triggered some of these Leo Cohen algorithms. So that's why I'm on here going live so much, just to build that audience back up. Because some of the stuff that I said, what I'm saying, that they're gonna automatically hit the shadow button on it for a while or whatever. So I'm on here live, talking my talk, calling people out, going up, saying what I always wanted to say. And I love going against the grain. Like, you know, they leave no stone unturned in trying to stop any help from coming to us, and stop our help, our message from going to the people. So it's cool. All of this is viral. All of this is viral. Even if it hits one person, it's gonna affect your brain like a virus. You can't get it out. Once you hear it, you can't get it out, and it's gonna do what it was designed to do. um, I don't know. I don't know that that's off the subject, but it ain't really no subject. MCT were the white abolitionists helping blacks back in the day. I don't know. I wasn't alive. I don't know what they was doing. Why do you ask though? Are they helping us today? I mean, I'm not sure what that has to do with campaign trail and Ice Cube whack raps, but you're welcome to ask a question. If you want to get on the live though, this is a live, so we want live interactions. Student Minister Dr. Wesley doing a series on the weaponization of hip hop. Well, who's weaponizing it and how exactly? Who's agreeing to be the weapon? The weapons. Who's agreeing to be the weapons of hip hop? Against whom? Absolutely. Right, Safi. Random question out of nowhere. They get you off the subject. Please get off of that subject. Please try to get back on the subject of blacks, enslaved blacks, or did whites help more than blacks? Like, this is about rap. And it's easier for the camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for these rich rappers to enter into the kingdom of God, or to peace and brotherhood. They don't have peace, they don't have brotherhood, because they're love riches. Antoine Walters, thank you for the Cash App, Antoine. Uh-oh, my bad. My new mic, it really works. Thank you, Antoine Walters, for the Cash App, man. I appreciate you. Make me sit up straight. Uh-oh. I gotta, make it worth his while now. But yeah, man, I'm not here speaking, quote unquote, I don't speak for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I'm not speaking for the Nation of Islam or the FOI. I'm speaking for my own experience as a FOI, as a member of the Nation of Islam, but as a rap pioneer, and as somebody that had probably the greatest positive impact and effect and influence on Ice Cube as an artist. Would you say I have the right to say that? Anybody that knows anything about me and his relationship, you know what I'm saying? Would you say that I have a right to say that's accurate? If it's accurate, then I have the right to speak on it. Just like if you look at Gangster Chronicle podcast, it's not about nothing that happened today or in 2024. The Gangster Chronicle podcast was all about death row days with Mob James, Luke Mob James. I mean, he didn't want to call me, James McDonald. And what happened in the 90s with West Coast rap. So I am a West Coast rap. I am one of the main factors of this whole thing. So if I speak in a way that that you don't like, that's destroying your idol's image, I'm hating. I'm hating. Okay, I guess I'm hating then. Now what? Now what? Is that gonna shut me up? Is it gonna mean what I'm saying is a lie because you're calling it hating? Is it a lie? Was I not there? Have your heroes said anything like against Cam, like he's lying? No, they're gonna shut what they call a F up, like Bernie Mac, rest in peace. You're gonna shut up. Yeah. And you was able to shut up because I was shutting up. But now when I'm not shutting up, now let's see what they do. You know, anybody that knew me or knows me, like, you know, I'm a real knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little mischievous, whatever. Not even mischievous. I'm a vindictive little knucklehead when it comes to enemies. When it comes to weirdo-ness and enemies and cowards and all of that, you know, people that's making our job hard, making the righteous job hard, the Salvation Army's job hard. I'm a boy. I'm either a worst friend or your. I mean, worst friend. Yeah, that too. I'm your best friend or your worst enemy. Yeah, that's what God is, right? God is your worst friend. If you against him, if you, you know what I'm saying, that's your worst friend because you don't have no other friend. You know what I'm saying? He's your worst friend and your best enemy. Jack Johnson, remember the group Dead Prez? Let's get free album cube, losing content and subject matter relevancy, out of touch with this black top. Yeah, that video was trash. Absolutely. Shouts out Dead Prez, my guys. We did some on Paris album. Was it Paris album or was it a Public Enemy album that Paris produced? But yeah, I got a record or something with Dead Prez and Paris. That's fire. I was dialed in back then in rap. I heard the influence. Yeah, cousin Pookie on the couch. Yeah. So man, you know, it's the campaign trail. Pain is not bad. Pain is gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no growth. Pain is a process of creation, evolution. So when I say campaign, it don't mean I'm in my feelings. It means I acknowledge that we really doing work. We really in the war, or we really in the gym. That's where the pain comes from. At least this kind of pain. There's another kind of pain called atrophy or something like that. Bed sore pain. Shit. You got bed sore pains from people that's so lazy. You know what I'm saying? That's so comfortable that doing nothing causes pain. Doing nothing causes them sores that eventually cause their demise from doing nothing. The pain of being a punk, the pain of being a coward or a turncoat. Yeah. MT, will Whoop Whoop 2 have the same beat? I think so. I might jack No Vaseline beat. I think Whoop Whoop might be like a jacking for beats. You know what I'm saying? It might have all the disc record beats. The Tupac Hit 'em Up beat, No Vaseline beat, and the Whoop Whoop beat. I might even put the Kendrick beat. That's I never thought about it until you just said that right now. So yeah, depending on how long the record is, I might Whoop Whoop 2 2.0 might have all them beats. And I might diss 3 or 4 different people on it. I'm just waiting for somebody else to say something. I'm waiting for somebody to say something because I don't want to be a bully. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get dude to respond. I'm trying to get dude to respond. I don't want to just be a bully. Nigga, say you want it. Say let's go. You know what I'm saying? And they probably ain't, so I'm gonna have to put it out anyway. So I'm gonna be a bully. Don't trip. I'm gonna be a bully because I can't you be talking this too long and I ain't putting no music out. So I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk about it afterwards. See what they want to say. Ain't that what we want? And won't that be entertaining going through the holiday season? So woo 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 part two, jacking for beats during the holiday season. Man, I got a whole lot to say, man. And I can't even say it all on one record. So it might have to be like the Kendrick thing, just a whole series of disses. Or you know, it's called disses, but I ain't disrespecting. A whole series of receipts and airing out certain things. Roasting. Let's just call it roasting. I ain't gonna call it diss record. It's a roast record. Mustafa Jacob. Do you believe in hadiths? Um, I strictly was talking about rap, but you want to get on here and tell me why you ask? Do I believe in some of them, some that I know is true, some that I see the proof and the evidence and the manifestation that is true. But why? Why did you ask? We can get on whatever subject you want to talk about. It seems like when I'm proving that I'm really going to slay y'all little rap idols, that people jump on different subjects. But if you want to talk about that instead of me slaying your rap idols, then we can talk about that. Illmatic says, "Yeah, I'll fly out for the video for sure." Yeah, I definitely gonna announce it to y'all. Y'all got VIP. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even no big thing. It's like the video can be in a warehouse. It could just be us clowning. You know what I'm saying? Because the music is gonna do all the work. I'm not gonna require some CGI, um, AI, special effect, all kind of storyline, background video to distract you from how whack my lyrics are. No, it's gonna be some banging beats and some clowning, roasting fire lyrics. You know, some real embarrassing, painful lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And just some homies laughing, rapping about it. You know, the video never make it. Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating. Matter of fact, I just seen, I'm gonna call this out. I just seen Snoop and Dre doing an interview about, I guess, some kind of album that they working on, and Dre was saying something about cheating. People is cheating because they production ain't something no more. Like, bro, come on, my brother, come on now. You know what I'm saying? One of the main handlers that I got to get at is Jimmy Iovine, and we might not want to call nobody cheating. We might not want to accuse nobody of cheating in this here rap producer thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, once God start opening his mouth, or the God man has closed his individual mouth, but closing his mouth may mean the opening of the body of Christ's mouth. You know what I'm saying? We'll see when I, get the instructions or whatever. But this is my field. This rap thing, and this like, just imagine, man. Imagine if God is really giving me the green light to open my mouth and swing my sword. Just imagine what this is gonna be like. So that's why I'm already doing it. That's why I'm already doing it. Mike Flex, get them all. We need to make a list. Yeah, like Saint Nick. You know what I'm saying? Checking my list and checking it twice. I nominate no jumper as a staff crew or regular label or whatever they like. Everybody getting it. Absolutely, Mike Flex. Everybody getting it. And if I miss anybody, I'm gonna come to y'all, man. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Who needed next? Who need to get it next? Only people I'm not going after, and I'll leave that for the youngsters. I'm not going after the youth. I'm not going to diss the black youth and whatever craziness they rapping about or what they doing, because it's their parents' fault. It's the rappers of my generation's fault that they even doing anything that's unacceptable. That's why I'm going at my generation. I'm not calling out no rappers younger than me and from a generation younger than me. That is not my enemies. That's not my problem. My problem is my generation of rappers. Matter of fact, the generation of rappers younger than me could probably, out rap me. You know what I'm saying? They won't be able to out rap, the potency of content. But as far as they flows and all of that, yeah, these youngsters probably rap me under a table somewhere. I'm not talking about them. I don't have a problem with them. I got a problem with these clowns sellout 304s of my generation. Can't, not one of them, all of them put together don't want to see me on the rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Stop speaking on Kendrick. Speak on somebody of your generation that's calling you out, that dissed you, that ruined your rap career. You know what I'm saying? Speak on that. Let's talk rap. Let's talk entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think wrote me off because I let you write me out the history book. I don't want to be in your history books. I got my own history book. that I'm writing. All it takes is one. Just imagine Goliath lived for however many years old that Goliath was. He was known as a king, a giant, tyrant. Like he lived for as long as he lived until he ran across the wrong one. It wasn't no back and forth battles between David and Goliath. No, he was winning all his battles. He was the giant. He was the king. He was the giant until he ran across the right one. Just one interaction. All this dude had was a slingshot with 5 stones, and he only used one stone. He didn't even have to use the other 4. That's what this is. I don't care who you think, how big and bad and strong, whoever you think they big and bad and strong, they just ain't ran across the right David, right? There ain't got to be no back and forth. It can be one stone, one song, knock your head off, knock your whole everything off. Do you want to test the theory? That's why I be trying to talk like this because I want you to, you know what I'm saying, make me do the whoop whoop, like make me do what I did whoop whoop for. Because I started off weak, like my shit was just weak. I'm just jabbing at you with the pull your whole cards and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I did the new message with Akon. I didn't even put that out. I didn't even put that out. New message with Akon. I had hits that I didn't even put out with mega artists that I didn't even put out that was dissing dude. Like, all right, man. The minister already said let the goofy alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. It was never about money with me. It's always about principle. It's always about testicle, manhood. It's always about brotherhood, armyhood. It never was about no money with me. And no, these people don't know how to handle soldiers and warriors that don't move for money. Money can't make you move. They can't stop me from moving, and they can't start me moving. It's not about money. If you violate me, if you rob me, you know what I'm saying. Money can um, add to what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If you play me cheap, you know what I'm saying, and and then you play me cheap, and then you brag about effing me over some money. Oh, okay. You made it about money like that. Okay, you played me cheap. You called me and promised me something. You told me how much you love me and respect me or whatever, this and that, and how, if I do this for you, you know what I'm saying, no matter what you need. That's what KD, I'll tell you, man, shouts out KD, man. I feel bad about, certain things or whatever that I said to him or whatever. I had to say it though. But he was telling the story on Boss Talk about him and Cube on an airplane, and he was in first class and he came back to the coach because KD and the rest of whoever was in coach, and he came and got KD and said, "Man, come sit up here in first class with me. It's an open seat." Then he up there talking to him like, "Man, just look, man, we in first class, man. Remember we was in the garage and we was poor and this and that." So he bearing witness that they both came up together. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was like, "Yeah, man, now we going overseas and we doing this and doing that, man. Anything you need, KD, man, just let me know, man. I got you, man. We own, like, you know what I'm saying." And then, we look at him now, you know what I'm saying, just like Dan and anybody else. Like, what did these people do so wrong that you leave them for dead? That you leave them for dead, knowing what relationships that you have wasn't righteous. It wasn't based on righteous. I mean, the influence and the people that back you up. It wasn't based on, non-plagiarism. It wasn't based on righteous influence on the people. You know what I'm saying? But then, KD and Shorty and JD and Yo Yo and whoever else, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I never had that kind of story. I never had a story like you promised you was gonna do this for me and you didn't do it. The only story I got like that is Minister Farrakhan. Like we made some promises about, as far as dissing and making peace and verbally doing certain things verbally on radio stations that you were supposed to mention my name and say this and that, and you said you was gonna do it and you didn't. You promised Cube something, Solo something. I think you promised Solo something and you never delivered. You know what I'm saying? but you never made me, so you can't break me, you can't promise me nothing. It was, I never relied on you. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you robbed me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, but with KD and people that's your day one, like why you ain't with none of your day ones? Why are you not with one of your day ones? What else do you have to offer? You know what I'm saying? You don't have no wisdom to offer them. You don't have no, like, if you got money and relationship, then turn them on. How's it gonna hurt you? These people is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. How's that gonna hurt you? If you worth $100 million and you got 5 day ones, what's so hard about, what's so crazy, what's so unheard of or unacceptable about giving 5 day ones $1 million a piece and you still got 100-something million left? Why wouldn't you do that if you know that human beings, especially your day ones, is struggling in this area or that area? Why is that so unheard of, and out of the question? You worth 100-something million, or maybe 200, 300, whatever these dudes be worth. And you know that you spending whatever 30 G's a day on strippers or on whatever the freak off type stuff you into, but your soldiers, the ones that help you get to where you at, you ain't never hit them with no bag. You ain't never hit them with no M. I'm not your day one. I'm not looking for that from you. I'm talking about the ones that made me ride on you because they was your day ones and they was venting to me about you. Why you ain't just hit them off with a meal apiece and just say, here, man, this is it, man. You know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And we ain't never got to talk again and blah, blah, blah. What's so hard about that? That's too much like manhood shit. That's why. It's too much like real man shit. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me that you my day one, or you know what I'm saying, and you got love for me. And you know this is what makes the world go around. You know, niggas health is failing and all kind of shit. Like, man, that's why I thank my Allah. I thank my supreme Allah for preserving me. I fast and pray in the name of Mahdi. And you know what I'm saying? Thanking that I live to see this day. So I can help push these clowns into where they need to be pushed into. What does a change of worlds look like? Is it quiet and comfortable, or is it loud and painful? And are we prepared and preparing for it? Right. Yeah. What does birth look like? Does birth look pleasant, or does birth look like, does a labor delivery room look like a murk thing? All you see is screaming, blood, purple bruises. You know what I'm saying? It just looks terrible. It looks just like a deletion scene. If somebody just came in and never knew the difference, they would think that's a deletion scene. That don't look like the most beautiful thing, and that's how all human beings come into the world. No, it looks terrible and it feels terrible. So that's what this is. Somebody got to say it, right? Haven't y'all wanted to hear? You know what I'm saying? There's God got somebody that's gonna air out everybody. Whoever I personally did some injustices to, there's a Cam in the wings ready to air me out. God has somebody for everybody that air them all the way out and take them out. I'm under no delusions or illusions about that. So when I say what I be saying, even if it's attached to cursing type, I'm not talking about cussing, but cursing. If God allow his people to speak curses or expose certain thing or whatever, somebody got that same power over me if I F up. So I try to make sure that I'm not guilty of that grade level of crime, that my influence ain't affecting the masses. It might affect one or two people. It might affect me and people close around me, and I can atone to them personally. But ain't gonna be no mass infections, no pandemics, no mental spiritual pandemics that I cause. Right. Big Harv, you ever seen Cube do his version of the Oh man, that's part of the roast. That could be some of the content of the new roast, man. You leave that alone. That's hilarious. I'm glad I never claimed to be no gang member. I'm glad I never claimed to be a gang banger. You know what I'm saying? I claim to be a FOI rider. I claim to be a warrior soldier against the real enemy beast. You know what I'm saying? I got works. I got works against the real enemy. I ain't got too many works against, my own people. But I got my most works against the real enemy. You know what I'm saying? Jack Johnson. Cat Williams warned the public about this on Shannon Sharp show. Everybody sold out. Unrighteous behavior exposed. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the mud hill, the mud hill, or the humiliation, the characteristic or attribute of God called the humiliator, the abaser, the embarrasser, humiliator. The people, the more famous we are, you know what I'm saying, the more humiliated we can be. The more publicly humiliated we can be based on how mega we are. So I stay low. You know what I'm saying? I stay low and infamous. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how hard you splat like a watermelon. The higher you up there, and said, if you falling from that high up, you have no hope of surviving that type of fall. So let me stay low, close to the ground. So if I do fall, it ain't far to fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you how dirty I am. I'm dirty. I'm a sinner. So when you see me doing dirt, okay, he said that. But if you see me doing righteousness, it's even more of a damn. If I claim to be righteous and you see me doing dirt, I look like a full hypocrite. And that's how you get humiliated and embarrassed. Damn, I've been on here 2 hours. All right, well, I'm gonna hop off of here for a second. I'm gonna hop off and then I'm gonna come back because I gotta do something with the fam. Just testing the mic out though. Salute. I'll be right back shortly, hour or so. Peace.